The associations of naturalistic, classic psychedelic use, mystical experience, and creative problem solving. Noah W. Period Sweat. So boring. I wish these science papers weren't written in cuneiform. I know. How about science with action figures? Dun 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 dun. Hello. I am Noah Sweat. I've come to talk to you today about a paper that I researched. Yes, at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Yes. This is a paper where I figured out that psychedelics are related to, well, I hypothesized that they're related to, wait, what? Creativity! Really, Noah. Took a genius to figure that one out. No, really, hear me out, you see. I think that people who take psychedelics, they have these crazy mystical experiences, whatever that means. And those mystical experiences, well, anybody could have them, and that's related to creativity. The lifetime mystical experience. Those people who have more mystical experience, they're more creative. Yes, okay. If you don't believe in me, by the way, I have a bachelor's in science, which is super rad. And I think it actually is super rad, because that never happens in academia. I applaud his efforts. It's awesome. So, yes, I'm going to go study my hypothesis. So he goes out and grabs 70 undergrads. Yes, undergrads, come this way. Puts them in the University of Alabama. Yes, undergrads. Come on, go. I don't pay you by the hour. Well, maybe I do. We don't really know, but come on, you undergrads. So he puts them in there and he says, okay, undergrads, let's have one for good measure, one out here. Yes, you undergrad. I will give you the mystical experience questionnaire. You write it down. Write down all your responses. Tell me about your lifetime mystical experiences. Go. Did they come from religion or songs or Buddhism or sex or psychedelics? Yes, sometimes experiences come from. Wait a second. What is a mystical experience? Just take a. Are you an angel? Or are you something more disastrous? Okay. So that's a mystical experience. So you undergrads, you tell me about your mystical experiences. Write them down. Okay. So the undergrads write down their mystical experiences. And then they tell them, Noah Sweat, where they came from. So, let's see, yours came from your religion. Okay, you had a nature, the ocean started talking to you in Moana. Okay, yes. And 11 of the 70, these green guys, their experience had come from psychedelic drugs. So, he then wants to test if that mystical experience is related to creativity. And sorry that these keep dropping, guys, but that's okay. So, are the psychedelic drugs related to creativity? Let me give you another test. This is called the functional fixedness test. Yes, you'll see this. Yeah, I see it. I'm just an undergrad. Well, this is the functional fixedness test, and I want you to put this candle on my wall. Yes, on my wall. Do you see up here? Let me show it. I want this candle on my wall, and I want it not to drip wax on my floor. So you tack it up there, do something. And so the undergrads come, and they're like, I see, okay, I understand your test. And Noah Sweat comes, and he says, by the way, I'm timing you. This is bad for creativity, to be timed. So they're trying to tack it onto the wall. Oh, they're getting worked up, and then eventually most people figure it out. You dump the tacks out of the box. Put some tacks in. Tack it. Tack the box to the wall. And then place the candle in the box. Now the tack holding box is a candle holding box. So almost everybody figures this out. Some people don't. Then he says, okay, let's see. What are your times? So, let's see. Non-psychedelic user, 150 seconds. Okay. Non-psychedelic user, 160 seconds. Okay. And etc. Psychedelic user, 50 seconds. Another psychedelic user, 60 seconds. Another psychedelic user, 80 seconds. Well, the speed of the process, and he finds that the average was 150 seconds, but the psychedelic user average was 70 seconds. What? That's a whole 80 seconds faster. Look, I was right. This is amazing. Let me go tell my friends. So he goes out and he goes to Griffiths, probably, Hey, Griffiths. Hello. Did you know that psychedelic drug use is related to creativity? Yes, that's quite obvious. But is it related to mystical experience? Most positive effects from psychedelic drugs, and I've spent lots of time looking at myself to figure this one out. But most positive effects come from the mystical experience. So no sweat's like, yes, we looked at the mystical experience and we found that, the group of people who had mystical experiences but didn't take psychedelics to have them, they didn't do any better! Haha, no, Griffiths, it is not related to mystical experience. But I study psychedelics too. My name's Catherine McLean, and I found that people who take psychedelics, who have mystical experiences, they are so much more open. You see, we have this big 5 factors of psychology. Everybody has them. We're either a little bit neurotic, a little bit extroverted, a little bit agreeable, but some of us are more open. And people who take psychedelics, who had mystical experiences, they are way more open. They're 1 standard deviation. Yes, that's incredible. I love that research. We love mystical experiences. That's what psychedelics do. They cause these experiences where you trip out. But I have something to say that did not seem to happen in my research. The mystical experience, certainly the psychedelic drugs did cause more mystical experience, and those people were more creative, but those who didn't take psychedelic drugs, who had mystical experiences, weren't more creative. I think it's just the psychedelic. So, where does this leave us? Well, this is where James Fadiman comes in. Hello, I am James Fadiman. I think microdoses are where we should be studying. You see, I love mystical experience. It's super cool. But you don't need to take all the psychedelic. That's tripping out. That could be dangerous. You could take just an itty little bit. And you have the psychedelic, but you got an itty little bit. Just the corner. Tiny bit. And that's enough for the creativity that we see in Silicon Valley. Tim Ferriss tells us they're all tripping out there, but some are taking microdoses. You see, these people who take tiny bits of LSD are still getting creativity. And the government's like, wow, I'm not funding psychedelic research. You guys are straight tripping. You guys get naked. You guys walk out of windows. You guys walked out on the Vietnam War. We are funding that crazy hippy-bippy honky-donkey. America the Beautiful does want, though, innovation. Yes, we like innovation. James Fadiman says, well, you can have that innovation if you just take out the large doses and just have small doses. Just be microdosing. And And that is the framework that this paper set up. It showed that maybe there's more merit to microdosing than Griffiths or Catherine would think. Maybe there's more merit than the average user would think. Well, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that creativity is linked to having a tripping out experience? Do you think that it's rather linked to just the psychedelic drug action? Do you think the government's right in that psychedelics do make people do some strange things? It's a little scary. Maybe, do you think James Fodman's right and we should just give itty bitty doses, just like antidepressants? Or what is the most important quality of the psychedelic trip? Is it the act of tripping or the creativity that is generated? Or something else? Well, I don't know, and I wish you to have discussions about it in the comments below. Or a video response. That'd be amazing. However, there are not no problems with this study. So, what if these people who had their mystical experience generated by the psychedelic, these green guys, were already artists? They were drawn to psychedelics because of their nature, and that's why they were more creative on the functional fixedness exam. Not because the psychedelic generated it, but because of who they were before the fact. That's plausible. It's just correlational research. But again, we're adding one triangle to the puzzle. And I hope Griffiths, the Angel, the Skull, the University of Alabama at Birmingham, our undergrads, James Fodman, and the government, I hope they've all given you something to think about. Thank you for your time. This is Psychedelic Science with Action Figures. Until next time, adieu.